Okay, hope this is working. Let's see if this works. Oh, good. I am indeed streaming. So, yeah. I will actually start this in a second. I just have to make sure it's all working. Real quick. I know audio is working, but I need to make sure video is working. Hmm? Alright, yeah, at this point, this is mostly just a test. If anyone's even here, hello! And welcome. So, yeah. Please do let me know if this actually does show up for streaming. I'm checking the studio right now, make sure this actually shows up. Oh, it's working. Okay, that is really good. So, we are good to go now. So this is the August episode of Random GMod Stuff. So this is the August episode of Random GMod Stuff. So this is the August episode. Okay, I just realized I was in a bit of a loop there. I also realized there is a good bit of delay coming through this. I'm sorry if this is taking a little while here, but I gotta make sure everything is set up here. So, I'm pretty sure we're good to go, so let's go. This is just random stuff, playing around with. Going to a kind of iconic map for me. I still have Neurotech working, thank goodness. I have Neurotech and LFS, as well as Gridwitch's. Some of Gridwitch's add-ons working in parallel. And, well, you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. I don't have anything to work with to keep watch over this, which is kind of annoying. And for that, I mean, I don't have, like, a second screen where I can watch it. Because right now I'm just kind of stuck with a single screen and I'm working on a laptop right now, so if the resolution's a bit funky, that's probably why. Okay, it seems like we are good. Just making sure. So yeah, we are good to go. So let's do this. So at this point, I'm just going to be mostly demonstrating some LFS stuff. Neurotech stuff. Veterans of this game will definitely know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of a veteran in my own. I have over 2,000 hours, coming up on 3,000. So, yeah. But what you might see as a veteran depends on what you think. However, I probably won't be able to see what you guys say, unfortunately. I'll set that up real quick. There we go, that's better. Now we actually have a nice area, rather than snow-covered. So, let's set this up. First thing we're going to be working with today is LFS. Or Luna's Flight I think it's Luna's Flight System? Not entirely sure on the acronym. Considering this is only single player, I usually make sure I have God mode on before I do this. So that I don't, die, considering these Spidey H2s have 450 health, and each collision moves 400 health. So yeah. And that's exactly why I have God mode on most of the time, so I'm just going to put that on real quick. There we go. That'll do it. So now, let's load up a few fighters. Well, fighters and attackers. In this case, we have the classic Bayschrei 109, the Devoteen D520, the P47, and because we ran out of room there, the Spitfire. So this represents essentially all of the Western Front, and also the Eastern Front, with the IL-2 Sturmovik. This one is not built in. This is a add-on to an add-on, mostly. So yeah, you have the BF-109 from Germany, the Devoteen D520 from France. That's a free French symbol. P-47D from America, and the Spitfire for Britain. And of course, you have the Soviet IL-2. I also have some stuff from GPD, which is a lot of fun to play around with, because they go meow. They rival like NASCAR speeds. So yeah, and hello to the one person that's watching. I do not know who that is. Hello. I don't have anything. I don't have any chat overlays, so I can't see the chat. So if you see me like pause the thing, that's probably what I'm doing. Part of me is kind of odd. It's kind of odd that, well, somebody's on here. Because usually I don't really have any people on my videos at all. So yeah. This is a notoriously fickle beast. The Spidey H2, along with Lightning Dragon, HP 225. Both of them only have 450 health, and that's usually what happens. Also, is the video delayed more than the audio? If so, let me know. If not, let me know. I'm mostly just curious. Now we're going to check out a, well, definitely more reliable beast. This is the Signoti Pod. It has 3,500 health versus 450. The only issue is it constantly makes the sound of Father Gory from Half-Life 2. Or sorry, from like the Ravenholm episodes. And it's also really good for practically, well, burst firing torpedoes, I think would be the best way to put it. Or just in general, just going, haha, torpedo go. Torpedo go, boom. And just devastating whatever you want to, is what this ship is really good at. But there is a problem of the Father Gory from the Ravenholm chapter of Half-Life 2 constantly laughing. So yeah, excuse me while I eat this thing into a lake, which should be coming around on our next pass here. Here it is. There we are. Now on to the aforementioned HP 225. This thing has the fragileness of the Spidey H2, with the armament of the pod. Well, not exactly the armament of the pod. It still carries over a fully auto gun from the I forgot what it's called already. The pod. That's not the pod. The Spidey H2. And also, as you can tell, it also has 450 health, as evidenced by the really quick destruction you saw there. Now, on to one of my favorite parts, the weapons. Starting off with the classic C4. And yes, we have V-Fire installed. You have, well, first off, I have drone stuff. Next up is Red Witches. You got the standard Half-Life 2, 357 Magnum, which not be confused with 357 SIG. You have your standard 9mm 9x19. What's really interesting is that a guy ported essentially all of this into VR. And Hot Dog Torch and Hand Grenades is what the game is called. And I think it's really interesting. So yeah. It's kind of odd having like one viewer but no interaction. Though, to be honest, I'm kind of used to it. My videos don't usually gain that much traction. 5, 10 views max. Usually sitting around 3, 2 or 3, I should say. And if you see the screen like lock up for a second, that's probably me just checking the thing there. So now we move on to one of my favorite other mods, that being a really old mod called Neurotech. This was during like the height of, well, less involved systems. This was before Symphies came around, I'm pretty sure. But you did have S-cars at the time. In this case, however, this essentially merged the concept of S-cars and WAC, which has, you have these planes, such as this one I'm flying, which is the famous Messerschmitt Me-262. It's the A1A variant. Even with God mode on, you still die on impact. Scheiße. This ain't gonna be good on takeoff. Come on. There we are. I would play Sabaton music good, because that's what I usually listen to when using these kinds of aircraft. Also, prepare for destruction on the part of this aircraft, because I'm pretty sure you saw the message. There it is. Warning, airplane reaching critical structural load. Taken from a semi-expert when it comes to Neurotech aircraft, at least those Neurotech micro aircraft, because that's what this usually pertains to. You really don't want to see that, because this is when that happens. And you usually, if you have that issue, you're going to want to slow down or just eject right away. Don't know where that watch is coming from. I really hope that's not from one of my machines. Whatever. Anyways, let's move on to a full-size Neurotech aircraft. In this case, the XA-20 Razorback, which I am not sure if it has been in any other flight mod to this day. And if it has been in one of those mods, I want to know, because I have looked far and wide, and I still have not been able to find one. So please, if you know another mod besides Neurotech that does include the XA-20, let me know. Thanks. So yeah, usually if you're flying Neurotech aircraft, expect to be pressing Control-Tab a lot to punch out. Now let's move on to helicopters. In this case, we'll be running with some stuff from the original Half-Life / Counter-Strike / Condition Zero, like that era. Like Gold Source era. I have several questions about that. Whatever. Anyway, let's try that again. There we go. This model itself is from Counter-Strike Condition Zero deleted scenes. Yeet. Oh no. Called it. That's why I bugged out there. So yeah, this is the famous Mi-24 Hind. Let's see. What do you want to see next? I'm saying you because I know it's only singular, because I know there's only one of you here. Really boring. I'll just probably send a... whatever. Anyway, let's load up with the MiG-31. This one's also on Luna flight system, so it shouldn't have to deal with the issues that we have had to deal with Neurotech. I'm probably moving over to a separate, better map that's better for aircraft, such as GM_4 or GM_Genesis. I'll swap over to Fork right now, actually. I know this might sound a bit different from my previous streams. That's because I am running just a standard headset microphone. So while it's loading, I'll take the time to check. I would say check the dashboard, but I can't really do that right now because it's loading. So yeah, nothing there. So yeah, let's get back to a mod made by Gary. Here we are. Make sure that's set to. I don't know why it's always set to such a low temperature. There we go. Lighting just finally started working again. So let's run this. Let's do something real quick. Problem is I don't have an actual studio, so I'm just in a hall for this stream. So yeah, let's load up some. Let's check out Alidos's defense. Or sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I'm just gonna go with Elidus right now. Elidus Space Systems. Excuse me. So let's check out some of the stuff. I still have no idea how all of this works. I know how the turrets work. Granted, that's really easy to understand. But I don't know how exactly some of the more complicated stuff, like the transmitters. But I plan to learn. So I'm going to try them out right now. I think they extend the range of your base controller, though I am not sure. So let's test it out. We have our base controller here. Lamp controller. Boot it up. There it is. Set up a transmitter here. Set up transmitters. Running a... Oh. See what this actually does, or what it shows up with here. Try that again. By the way, whoever is actually watching right now, could you please at least say something in chat? Thanks. Alright, anyway, getting back to it. That's it. That's the right way it goes. There. So let's set this up. Let's set this up for what would be an actual probable defense, such as cameras on the rooftop. A proximity trigger here and here, as well as one dead center, and then one here. and one right there, and one there. So yeah. We should be able to access the camera uplink. Unfortunately, I do not have any. I'm not sure if there are any doors in this mod that I could test out the door servos with. So yeah, next up are the gun turrets. 2 on each one. Here. And now we give it ammo. 2,500. I'm just going to call them pieces, or rounds, I should say. 2,500 rounds of ammo per gun. Alongside a SAM turret. Which I'll give 500 rounds of ammo. Then, proximity trigger right in the center. Followed up with a pair of gun turrets. Then comes the ammunition. 2,500 rounds apiece. There we go. There's that done. There we go, 2,500 rounds apiece there. Over here, I'm going to set up a pair of laser turrets instead. Usually you should get 1,000 rounds. There we go. Now let's check out what we have here. Look at this. Now this is a defense setup. Anyways, now let's test out alarm. Now let's put a Now let's grab some targets. Oh boy. I forgot to enable that real quick. And now I have to deal with the force of a small army. Great. Oh boy. Now let's see how we can take this to them. I'm using the pretty much iconic M9K pack. In this case, we'll be taking out the G3. I'm just going to... Ooh, look at that. Hello. I was not expecting to see you today. Let me see if I can figure out where the last guy is. Oh, let me use the cameras real quick. Should say, let me just For brevity's sake, check underneath. There he is. Hello, my guy. He has lost his life privileges. I mean, to be honest, lag is something you gotta really expect when you're running. I mean, even with an Ethernet connection, you gotta expect lag. I'm not running Wi-Fi. I'm running a straight through connection to my router, or modem router combo unit, which I kind of hate. And expect to see more videos, hopefully this month, of my vintage Mac collection. Unfortunately, none of them are working right now. They all need floppy drives, or hard drives, or new capacitors. Just pretty much everything I have in terms of Macintosh stuff needs repairs. And some of them, like my Mac Pro, is just stripped out, which I might feature in the future, I hope. Oh, this would be the perfect spot to put to test the door servers. Clean that up, so I can set up a new base controller. I wonder, excuse me, can you claim more than one base controller? So that's done. Let's test it out. This is just meant to be a random show. By the way, expect Head of the Empire hopefully later this week. I don't have a good time on that, but I hopefully should soon. Okay, set up the door servo. I should probably put that in. Then hook it up right there. Seems like it would actually work quite well. Claim. Then set up a door servo right here. And then last but not least, put one in the middle. Oh, it ain't a door, is it? Nope, it's not a door. I thought it could have been a door, so whatever. Oh, I forgot to claim that one. Oops. Or at least we got an area to. At least we can unlock the doors. And then when we're done, we can unlock them, just like that, which automatically opens them for some reason. Think lock all. Close the doors, locks them, then unlock all. Unlocks them and opens them. So yeah, as I said, expect Head of the Empire probably Wednesday or Thursday, and a few other things. So anyway, now let's test out some BJ base mods. In this case, that is utterly broken. At least this one ain't broken. Let's check that out. Not broken. 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 See what else is here. What's this? I'm not even gonna. Oh boy. Nope, that's copyright. Oops. Which I think that is. I'll be honest, although the G3 is a good weapon in concept, considering nobody even uses it with the bipod, which would be pretty much the best way to use it, it's It makes it, well, not the most useful gun when you're running 308 with enough recoil and full auto to kick over a house. To flip over a house with a 5-second burst. Probably not, but you get the point that I'm trying to make here. 308 has a lot of recoil. That's why 223, aka 556, aka the cartridge that the M16 and the later rifles, such as the M4 / the civilian series, the Armalite rifle series, which is actually what AR stands for, and the AR series of weapons is Armalite rifle, because Armalite was the original company who built the rifles, which was then bought out by Colt, and they just never changed the name of them. So, yeah. Besides the fact that there are actual Star Wars vehicles here, these are run off of LFS, if I recall correctly. Or not, I guess. My eardrums. I am sorry about that noise. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Star Trek, but I kind of like Star Wars too. I'm just gonna leave that be. See, VJ base is where most of this is where most of the NPCs that I actually use are. For example, a Fokker DR1, which might I add, is no match against good, high caliber. So yeah, let's see. Planes go vroom. Cars go vroom. Planes go vroom. Guns go brrrr. This in itself is the Phalanx Close-In Weapon System, or CIWS, or CWIS, as it's known more affectionately by. It is the main defense system that is, well, one of the main missile defense systems that's used on Navy ships. And that makes no sense. There we go. Now, I'm gonna go deal with those real quick. That also makes no sense. There we go. I definitely have to make this quick. And go! Oh boy. So it's the fact they fire explosive rounds. Yeah, I was gonna say, especially the fact they fire explosive rounds. That thing ain't gonna last long. Or what is this? Because this also has a shield. And laser guns go. Boom. Ooh, right at the tailpipe. Which is actually what let's do with early bloody hell. The early heat-seeking missiles was to quite literally shoot it up the exhaust of the hostile. Let's see if I can just take out that other guy real quick. And yeah, that's going down. See, I'm just gonna leave that be. So yeah, I'll probably cut the stream off at around 11:30. Because it's late for me on the East Coast. But do expect some more videos soon, hopefully. I know I haven't really had a video up this week, so I thought this would do. So I hope it will. Considering the fact it's an actual stream, it's definitely going to be left up on the channel. And I might, hopefully, be getting another vintage Mac. Right now, I produce my videos on a 6S, edit them on an iPad mini first generation. Yeah. It's no massive gaming computer with or massive workstation computer with ultimate components. It's quite literally I'm running with Apple Silicon from years ago. 6S for video filming, and a Mini for editing. I use iMovie, for crying out loud. So here's essentially my workflow. Get idea, film on the iPhone, then, after I'm done filming, I might use Imperial like you saw in the Mavica, which was an early experiment. And then I would take that, I would then airdrop it to the iPad mini, and then, from there, I'd import it into iMovie and make the video edits. Hence why it looks so unprofessional, I think would be the best word for it. So I know, as I said, this isn't some Linus Tech Tips like thing. It's just just a person doing what he's trying to do. And maybe in the future, I might even get lucky enough to get monetization. A part of me highly doubts that. Or at least the fact that I'll be able to get. I highly doubt that I'll be able to get monetization within the next, I'd reckon, year? Unless I blow up, which is probably not that likely to happen. Because I'm, a small channel. There's probably 1 or 2 people who actually stick around for each video. And I blew up on a couple of my videos, but I'm just leaving those videos be. In fact, I privated the video that had the most views. Also, Rosie Rose, hello. She's actually someone I met once, and she decided to join the stream, so hello. So, yeah. Right now I'm just flying the drone back up where the character is, right there. Heck, with God mode on, I can literally just go boop. Or apparently not. Yeah. Apparently there was also a little thing where 2 people were watching for a bit. So, yeah. I'm actually gonna cut off, well, right now, mostly, because I've run out of ideas on what to do for now. So yeah, this was the August edition of Random GMod Stuff. So, yeah. So this has been TA on the first part of Random GMod Stuff. So I'll see you all for the next Random GMod Stuff next week.